All right guys, enough of y'all have asked about this truck recently, so I finally brought it out into some sunlight. It has been over there in the showroom for quite some time with the other square bodies. Honestly, just out of my mind, out of my hair. It's a frustrating factor, but I'll run through it one more time, and there's actually several of you guys that are waiting on this video. More particularly, one of my very good customers that has the perfect use for this truck. And I want to use this video as a testament to explain between the differences of you get what you pay for. I learn that lesson every day, it seems like. This truck was bought at a fairly high-end auction. Go this way, AJ says. All right, this truck, you want me to do this? All right. This truck was bought at a very high-end auction. I did not go and see it in person. Shame on me. Unfortunately, if I had to leave the office, my guys would have to handle things that I do every day. Some things could get done, some things couldn't. So I cannot be in every place at every time. A lot of times I send a buyer or I send one of my people, one of my transporters, somebody that's qualified to look at stuff. In this case, I couldn't. The truck was not close by. I ended up buying 3 vehicles from this high-end auction. Thankfully, 2 of them were the way they were supposed to be. This one here was not. This truck was sold as a frame-off restoration truck. I paid very decent money. Well, I was hoping I was getting a deal. That's what we're in business for. You want the best deal possible, just like you guys do. But it was supposed to be frame-off restoration, custom interior, new lift kit and wheels and tires. It was an 87 fuel-injected 350. That's about the only thing that actually ended up matching at the end of the day. Now, because of this and me getting it and being so upset when I got it, I was furious. So I actually called the auction company and I made a couple videos. Those videos went viral. The auction company asked me to take them down. I said, I didn't say anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. I said, what are you guys going to do about it? They're like, well, nothing. Everything's sold as is. So remember, guys, when you buy at Barrett-Jackson, Mecum, George's Auto Auction, any of these other high-end places, and I'm not saying which one it was, remember, you're buying as is. When you sign the paper or you put your hand in there, it's your vehicle, no matter what you show up with. Now, I would argue that they should be a little better about their description and checking something, because if you looked under this truck, you could tell it was not a frame-off restoration. But who am I? I don't own an auction company. I've seriously considered it though, because they make a lot of money. So not only did I pay good money for the truck, then I paid a big fee to buy it, 10% if I remember correctly. Then I had to transport it. And when it got here, and my uncle was over trying to close the door, and literally the door was down here, and the truck was up here, and he's slamming, and you know, the door won't close. I said, stop, let me look at the truck. So I got in the truck, I spent about 15 minutes. I made a page front, and I made a page back of the problems. You guys have seen the videos, you already know. None of it we couldn't fix. None of it would, I don't even know how to say it. All of it just had to boil down to the truck was sold with the pretense of one thing and it was another. If I would have gone to somebody's backyard and bought this as a Craigslist or a Facebook truck, it'd been a different story, but I would have paid a lot less for it. So anyway, long and short of it, here we are now. This particular customer was supposed to be banned from selling at that auction again after everything that took place. But unfortunately, he snuck another one in recently, and if he didn't, somebody that knew him did on his behalf, because it had the same seat, it was the same color, it had the same description, and we even did a video about it. It didn't even have a way to roll the windows down. They put non-manual window door panels on a truck that had manual windows. There was no cranks, there was no buttons. It was the biggest hodgepodge piece of crap. I can only imagine the look on somebody's face when they received that truck. But that's the whole story for a whole nother day. Now, what we have here today is an 87 short bed that now the locks work, the windows work. When I say now, these are things that didn't work before. The front end felt like it was going to fall out from under it because the bushings were all shot. Under the hood was completely spray painted black. It needed a bed liner. It has a nice proper spray in bed liner. It actually starts. It did not start before. I think it needed a fuel pump. Actually sounds pretty good. Just a normal stock 350, all we know, but you can hear it running through the pipes. The exhaust was messed up, we fixed that. The tailgate didn't open, we fixed that. The rear differential was leaking, we fixed that. Windows and locks did not work, we fixed that. Door panels were falling off. Doors would not close. We fixed that. Some of the gauges are still not working, like the gas gauge. I got about 3/4 of the way and I was frustrated. And again, what we did in our shop, my uncle, myself, one of our other guys that works part-time, if you had to drop it off, the hardest part to make people understand is you can't drop this off to a regular repair shop. A regular repair shop does not know how to put window motors in. You would think they should, but they don't know the 80s stuff, the 70s stuff. So you can't just drop it off at your local oil change place and get it fixed. You darn sure don't want to drop it off to a restoration shop that's getting between $150 and $350 per hour to work on it. That would be the guy that could do it, but then the door, you'd spend $5,000 inside of a door by the time you did moldings and lock actuators and window motor and tracks, because I can tell you a restoration guy is not going to cut any corners. He's going to put every bolt in new, he's going to do everything. So we can't afford to do that, so we have to do it ourselves. So it ate up a bunch of shop time. Matter of fact, I sat in the shop over there for weeks and weeks and weeks working on it. The piddly things probably were $10,000 to $12,000 worth of work that we did on our end, even though they were only $100 here, $300 there, $500 here. It all adds up when you add the labor to it. The hood would not shut right. The hood shuts right now. New washer bottle, new overflow bottle. Did not have an air filter lid. Now it does. Well, it had one, but it wasn't right. It has one now. It's still a lot of black under the hood. We have not messed with the AC. This is an AC equipped truck, but they spray painted everything black. Everything black. The reservoir, again, it hadn't gone to my detail guy. It could be detailed up a little better under here. It does have, well, we still need to work on that a little bit more, I guess. There we go. At least it does open now. They opened up the fender wells. If you look right here, you can see they actually opened the fender wells up. More than likely because of the fact that it did not originally have a lift kit and it had a bigger tire. It does not have new tires and wheels, but it has a good set of BF Goodrich mud terrains and a set of chrome directional wheels, which actually are very similar to what the fella had on his truck when it was new that is interested in this truck. And this will be his 4th or 5th truck, so we may end up owing him a free three-wheeler before it's all over with, but might be his 2nd purchase this week possibly. But he wants to use it around the house and on the farm and on the logging trails and things like that. This truck is perfect for that. What this truck isn't perfect for is the guy that wants to take it to a car show or cruise it somewhere and have his buddies all be super duper impressed. They'll be impressed he's got a square body, that sounds good, but when they start looking at the nook and crannies, it needs to be used as a hunting truck. It needs to be used as a fun truck. And thankfully, hopefully this video will help anybody asking, even if he doesn't get it, what this truck is all about. Again, both doors open and closed now. That needs to be put back on. This needs to be glued. It's got some aftermarket gauges, and I think they are not working. It has a dash pad that's been put on. They are working? Okay, AJ says they are working. The seat is nice, but you'll notice it's missing something here to strap you in. So, we have located those. We have not put them in yet. There they are. We will be putting those in. How do you sell a vehicle without seat belts? I mean, and represent it as frame-off restoration. Part of this video, guys, is to let you all know when you're seeing something that's represented, whether it's at an auction, which auction is really hard to get around. Auction is fast-paced right now, and it's a competition. We all know as men, competition is something we have a hard time dealing with. So if you and me and that guy over there are in a competition, all of us want to win. Nobody's like, I'm happy being a loser. That's not a statement people make. So it does get the blood pumping and it does get people to pay too much. But also, if a dealership had taken pictures of this and put it on their lot, it looks the same as it did that day. That's the bad part. It looks exactly the same. And a lot of the crap that comes in and we see it in our shop, or we see customers bring it to us because they want to sell it and they bought it online, and some of them are honest and some of them aren't, is cobbled up crap. Like, it's bad. It's really, really bad. Some things are so bad they can't be reversed. Thankfully, this one was not that way. It's still a shiny red truck, but if you get up really close, Like right here, you can see where the door was probably cracked, and they've done some body work and it's starting to crack a little bit, but it's okay. Like I said, the door opens, door closes, door opens. This door would not even open or close when we got it. It was jammed shut. So we got that open. It does have the trim. Like I said, the liner worked out good in the bed. The bed looks great. It wasn't beat to death. The tailgate actually opens and closes now. Actually opens and closes pretty well, and it does not rattle a lot. It's got a roll pan. It's got a tow hitch. And it's red, and it's a short bed, and it's an 87, which is the last year. This is technically not a K10, this is technically a V10, but it's the last year of this style. So I probably have too much passion and too much love, and this truck probably shouldn't have been sitting in the corner. Probably should have already sold it, but I hate to sell this and somebody think they're getting one of our, I refer to them as $100,000 trucks. Some of them are 80 and 90, some of them are 115, 120. I call them $100,000 trucks. Those are the ones that I've driven home. All my guys have driven. Daniel and Brian and Johnny have been over them from head to toe. They've got the AC systems. They've got the steps. They've got all the upgrades. Those are the trucks that we really enjoy selling, but we know everybody can't buy one of those. We get it. We understand it. And for a lot of people, this truck, they did use new emblems. Look at that. They didn't take the time in here to buy a GMC steering wheel center, but they did a creative job on what they did do. So I'm pretty happy. This truck starts and goes down the road. It started right up. The battery wasn't dead. How long has it been sitting there, AJ? 2 months? Okay, he says 3 or 4. So probably, matter of fact, I think I parked it there when we did the Christmas video, and I don't think it's moved since. And it did not have a trickle charger, and it started up. You know, it needed to be driven. You know, it needed some fresh fuel. But it started, it ran. AJ's been driving it today. Guys, you can buy it. Like, you know, I'm gonna take a loss. It's okay. I'm not gonna sell this as a pristine truck. You heard it from my mouth. If you buy it, you're just getting an average, okay, GMC Sierra, K10, K15, whatever they called it in this weird era of 87. You're getting the last year of the square body in this form of a regular cab short bed. Yes, you can get a Suburban and a Blazer and a 1-ton further, but you can't get a short bed any further than 87. The fuel injected motor should last a long time. It's not smoking, knocking, ticking. It's not gushing any fluids out currently. It is lifted, it is on 35s. There's a couple bushings and things we still got to replace, but aside from that, you got to run and driving. Like I said, we'll start it again. It'll fire right up. That's the good part about these trucks. Fire right the hell up, just like it's supposed to. So, there you go. A frustrating part of this business, but it's a real part of this business. Truck behind you is the same way. I bought a fleet of these utility trucks. That one's not so great. It runs and drives and operates, but it didn't look as good as the rest. There was probably 10 of these. This was the ugly duckling of them. So, but at the end of the day, it's still got to be sold. We just got to represent it properly, and that's the biggest thing with us is I want you to know what you're looking at. Pictures of this truck, I should do a little photo collage and post them on here and let you guys look at it and be like, holy crap, you're right. If you take pictures with a nice iPhone from the right angles, you can make anything look good. Lipstick on a pig, so many different things you can say, but you can make things look good with a camera, and don't buy off a camera. Please ask for videos. I'm not just saying for myself. We posted a 97 F350 earlier, and we know a lot of people sell those OBS trucks. Some of them do a great job selling them. Some of them are well known for selling them. But there's others that sneak into that market thinking the market's so high, let me pick these turds up and make them look good. And those are the ones that give everybody a bad name. Ask those people for videos. When I'm talking to a customer trying to sell me a truck and they're reluctant about pictures or videos, you're probably not gonna get a response. Like, if I can't get every picture I want, every video I want, I don't need to buy it. I want you guys to get the same way. If me, AJ, Christian, when Mike can start walking again, if we can't provide you with everything down to a FaceTime, down to a video of it running, pictures of paperwork, pictures of title, you should run. Like, you should be able to get what you're asking for. You're trying to spend money. If I'm trying to buy something from you, I'm trying to spend money. If I ask you for a video, if I ask you to get underneath of it and send me some pictures, don't take offense to it. You got to realize I look at stuff like this And then I look at stuff that is $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 worthy too, depending on what it is. I need to know what I'm buying. You need to know what you're buying so everybody's on the right page. Somebody can buy this truck now and I feel comfortable. It's a safe truck that they can go out and enjoy, beat on a little bit, but don't show up to a car show because it's not a car show truck. It really isn't. Thanks, guys. That's all I can say. We have our good days, we have our bads. This one was a bad day that will eventually turn into a good day for somebody because they're going to get a very affordable, fun truck. And now I'm officially saying you can buy it. So thanks, guys.